Hey y'all, I'm Adam from Top Dog, and I'm going to be answering one of the most frequently asked puppy questions I get, which is, of course, how do I potty train my puppy? Now, a lot of puppies get the hang of it pretty quickly and easily just on their own by you taking them out on a regular schedule, keeping an eye on them right after they eat and drink and all that kind of stuff, right? But if you hit that wall where you've got a puppy that's being a little bit more challenging or a little bit more difficult, I want to share with you a little bit about how I usually address that. And probably my biggest secret weapon when it comes to potty training stubborn or difficult dogs is that I micromanage them. And I know that sounds kind of weird or silly or whatever, but what I mean by that is that I go above and beyond to make sure that it becomes very obvious to them that going to the bathroom outside is the most awesome thing in the whole world, and that going to the bathroom inside kind of stinks and isn't any fun. So, how do I do this? I'm going to break it down into 3 steps for y'all. First step is that I try to find the thing that just makes that puppy the happiest, whether it's their favorite toy or their favorite treat. For most puppies I work with, they're more food motivated than toy motivated. But let's say I'm working with a Malinois or something, and their favorite thing is a tug or a ball and a rope or something like that. Sometimes that's going to be the thing that motivates them the most. So I want to try to find the highest value reward that I can. Remember, not all rewards are created equal. If you ask me to come clean your truck for $5, I'm going to say, no, I don't want to clean your car for $5. That doesn't sound like it's worth it to me. But if you say, hey, I'll give you $5,000 to clean my car, man, that'd have to be a pretty nasty car for me to turn that down. I can't think of a time that I would turn that down, right? So again, value is important. Same thing. We want to make it so that your puppy gets it in their head that it is absolutely worth it to make that effort to go outside and go to the bathroom. So I'll do a little bit of multiple choice with puppies. I'll get out there and I'll cut up some treats and I'll offer them a treat in my right hand, a treat in my left hand, and see which one they go to. And then I'll switch them and see if they go to the same one. And if they start just showing me that they really want this one specific treat, I'm going to go with that treat. I also pull out all the stops when it comes to potty training because for me, I want to get potty training done as fast as possible. So I won't just necessarily use dog treats. I'm going to pull out cheese or ham or chicken or turkey or whatever, and I'm going to cut up a whole bunch of little things and try them all out. I've even trained dogs with expensive steak before just because I wanted to use the thing that was the most valuable there. Okay, so again, I'm going to find the most high value reward that I can find for that puppy. So that's step one. Step two, once I found that really high value reward, is like I said, I'm going to use it to reward the puppy for going outside to the bathroom. So this is part of that micromanagement. Way too many people send their puppy outside, and then those folks stand on the porch at the back door, wait for the puppy to do its business, and then the puppy comes back to them. And a lot of people will give the puppy a treat in that moment. If you're doing that, stop. Because puppies have a very short correlation period. That means that if they go to the bathroom out in the yard, then 5 seconds later come running up to you, it doesn't seem like much time has passed to you. But when you give that puppy a reward, you're rewarding the puppy for coming back up to the door. You're not rewarding the puppy for going to the bathroom. Too much time has passed, even though it seems like a really short amount of time to you. So, what I've seen happen when people do that is they actually shoot themselves in the foot. The puppy goes outside, goes to the bathroom, comes back to the door, gets rewarded at the door. The puppy starts saying, oh, I need to get to the door faster. So, what happens? Puppy goes outside, maybe doesn't even go to the bathroom or just goes a tiny bit, and then turns around and runs back to the door, gets their treat at the door, and then goes inside and poops on the living room floor. Because in the puppy's mind, the reward is for getting back to the door. So why would I spend any extra time outside? I want to make the reward happen for the act of using the restroom. So I go out there and I actually follow the puppy around. I stand around. I'm really boring. I try not to be a distraction because puppies are easily distracted. I just stand around. I wait for that puppy to do their business. And as soon as they go to the bathroom, I am rewarding them. And my goal is to let them know that they did the right thing within a second of them doing it. I want to know them to know right away that they did the right thing. So I'm telling them, good boy, way to go, good girl, nice job. And I'm giving them that really, really high value reward. So it's like, wow, this is the best thing ever. Of course, I would want to go to the bathroom outside more often if this is going to happen. Now, some of you might be thinking to yourselves, oh, okay, well, if we're going to incorporate treats into this, that's going to stink. I'm going to have to go outside and follow my puppy out every single time. The truth is, you don't. The really awesome thing about puppies is that they learn patterns quickly and they kind of get addicted to patterns quickly. They build this muscle memory up to where If we make this a habit, even the most stubborn potty training dogs that I've ever worked with, most of the time, I only had to stick to this for about 2 weeks of following them outside, waiting for them to go to the bathroom, giving them that super high value reward in that moment. And like I said, even the worst of them were most of the time only having to happen for about 2 weeks. So that's how we're going to reward and reinforce the correct behavior and start building up that muscle memory. So now we're on to step 3. And step 3 also is part of the micromanagement here. People think I'm crazy when I say this, but I do not allow those puppies any free time to roam around the house while I'm potty training them. So you might be saying, what do you mean you don't allow them any free time? So this right here, this is what we call, well, this is called a carabiner, but this is what we call the tether training method. I attach my tether, or I attach the puppy to me, basically. So here's the handle of my leash. I attach that to a carabiner. I attach that to my belt loop. And when that puppy is in the house, they go everywhere I go. I kid you not. I do not give them a single opportunity to go hide behind the couch and have an accident, or go run to my kid's bedroom and have an accident, or anything like that. Anywhere I go, the puppy goes with me. When I need a break from the puppy, or the puppy needs a break from me, the puppy goes into their crate. So we're building on our crate training as well while we're doing all of this. So again, this is where it boils down to who's successful and who's not. Because if I'm really committed to this, I've had folks that have been trying for months to potty train their dog, and here I am working with a 7 or 8 month old dog who should already be potty trained. I buckle down and just micromanage the heck out of that puppy for 2 weeks. Boom, never has an accident again. So is it a pain in the butt to have a puppy attached to me? Absolutely. I even go to Dollar Tree and buy 5 or 6 cheap leashes because I don't want them chewing up my $20 leash. So I buy 5 or 6 leashes. I use those when I'm doing this. So that way, if a puppy starts chewing on this while I'm not paying attention, I'm sending an email or something like that, I'm not going to get all mad because the puppy just chewed up a dollar leash, not a really expensive leash. So again, keeping that puppy attached to me also helps to build that muscle memory, because what happens is when that puppy starts to go to the bathroom right beside me, I can interrupt them right in that moment. I can, nope, and we go outside. What I don't do is over punish the puppy, okay? Rubbing their nose in it or anything like that, that's an old wives' tale. And honestly, I see that stuff do more harm than good, because if I make it such an aversive thing, such a traumatizing experience to go to the bathroom when I'm around, I've actually found that puppies will go and start hiding more often, where they're trying to escape from you. They're trying to get behind the couch or under the table or something. So all I do is interrupt them. I'm trying to not let them get the satisfaction of finishing. But then when they get outside and they get that satisfaction, holy cow, everything is rainbows and butterflies. They get this happy endorphin release in their brain where they just say, oh my goodness, why didn't I do that instead? So I'm trying to make things as crystal clear, black and white as possible. That's going to help the puppies out so much with learning what we expect them to do. The more clear we can make things, the easier it's going to be on that puppy. We can't expect a young puppy to know where to go to the bathroom. We have to go above and beyond to show them what we want them to do. And this tethering system really helps with that. So like I said, 3 steps. Number 1, find the food or toy that motivates them the absolute most, and reserve that. I didn't mention this earlier, but I reserve that for only when they go to the bathroom outside. So let's say my puppy goes bananas for cheddar cheese, right? Just goes crazy for cheddar cheese. I'm going to have a bunch of cheddar cheese cut up and ready to go, so that way I can just grab it on my way out the door every time. And my puppy's only going to get that cheddar cheese when he or she goes to the bathroom outside. Okay, so I'm going to be ready and able to reward them with their absolute favorite reward there. Okay. Step 2 is that what I just mentioned, when we're outside with the puppies, we have to have good timing. You have to reward it in the moment. You can't wait until after the puppy has completed the task of going to the bathroom and come back to the door. We reward right there in that moment. And step 3, tether that puppy. Okay, so it's all about micromanagement. We're going to keep that puppy attached to us. If you call me up and say, oh yeah, my puppy was doing great, and then they wandered off and had an accident in the back room and I didn't find it till 5 minutes later or something, I'm going to ask you why, how could that happen? Because if you're following this system, the puppy shouldn't have an opportunity to go have an accident without you catching them. So pay attention to the puppy, keep them attached to you. Don't let them have that opportunity to go off and make a mistake, right? Now, once I've had it down to where the puppy's been attached to me and they're not having any more accidents on the leash attached to me, that's when I start giving the puppy little bits more freedom in small doses. So let's say we went outside, we went pee and poop, we come inside. I'm going to give them the first day. It's probably going to be, let's say I've been doing it for 2 weeks and the puppy was attached to me for 2 weeks straight. I bring them inside after going to the bathroom. I'm going to give them 15 or 30 minutes of free time running around. And then they're going to go back to being attached to me or back in the crate. And then every day I'm just going to phase it out more and more to where eventually they can roam the house free range and I can trust them to do so. Now, that portion is a little bit more work at your own pace because every dog is going to be different with that. Some puppies, inside of a few days, I can have them being able to free range the house. Other puppies, it takes a few more weeks of slowly phasing out, keeping them tethered to me. So, guys, the big goal with all this is just make it a positive experience. Get your puppy addicted to going to the bathroom outside because they start to create that muscle memory. Then you'll have a really reliable puppy that knows exactly where they're supposed to go to the bathroom for the rest of their life. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment down below if you've got any other questions. Excuse me. And I'll be happy to answer them down below in the comments. And hope you guys have a great day.